Here. Hey everybody. Long time no see. How you doing, girl? Have a seat, let's talk. So, I am here today to do a review on P Valley Season 2, Episode 1. And I already know. I ain't tell nobody I was gonna do this. Bitch, I didn't think I was gonna do this shit either. But because of how strong that fucking first episode was, bitch, and how much I love the show and how it harmonizes with my ratchet bitch on the inside, I can't help but to watch the shit and review it for y'all. All right, y'all. So let's get started here. So the episode opens up with a man like leaving his child's birthday party, right? So he said that he about to go to the store and he sees an advertisement. Hold on, y'all. Once again, y'all, my bad. Thank you. Hey Monique, how are you? But okay, so let me get back on track. I'm sorry, y'all know this damn dog don't allow me to have my own shine. He always got to be heard in the background. I had to put him in the crate real quick. So, like I was saying, so the first scene opens up with a man like leaving this child's birthday party, right? So he tells his baby mama he about to go to the store. And let me just say this, that the birthday party was hella fucking ratchet. Like I was like, hey Ellen, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this shit wild as hell. I was like, the kids was just every fucking where. I was like, this shit just insane. But so he decides to leave, rolls down the street, right? And he sees two different advertisements. He sees a billboard for that dirty ass church bitch who stole all Mercedes money. And he sees and he seems like he's contemplating about something. He's thinking, maybe I need to get my life saved, maybe I need to pray and go to Jesus. And then all of a sudden, hey, titties over here. Titties, beer, wings, and everything over here. He looks to the right, and it's a woman, scantily clad, dressed, of course, holding up a sign pointing to the car wash, where we find out that Autumn and motherfucking Clifford are very, very clever, aren't they? With how stripping can be so versatile. I would have never thought. This is some good shit. I was like, that is a good idea. But before we get into that, I also wanted to talk about when the man was getting into the car. I'm calling him the man because he does not have a title. I don't think that he's important to the story. At least I don't know if he is or not. But I'm just saying, like, when he was going in, the first thing that we saw on his like rearview mirror was a mask. So obviously this is taking place in the heat of COVID, right? But what had really stood out to me is when he was getting in the car, and to me it sounded like Steve Harvey. But somebody was basically talking over the radio about Black Lives Matter, about what we're tired of and everything else like that, and he shut that shit off. And I was like, thank you, thank you. And I know I am kind of conservative in my like political views and stuff like that, but listen, y'all, is it just me, or are we tired of black pain? I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of black pain. I'm tired. I'm tired of every single time I got to turn on the TV, black pain. Every time I turn on the radio, black pain. Every time I go out the city, black pain. Every time I go out the door, it's black pain. Every time I wake up in the morning, my back hurt, black pain. I'm tired of the black pain, damn it. So he turned off the radio because he was tired of hearing that shit too. We got to deal with COVID, police brutality, gunshots, and everything else, bitch. Like, can we get a break? So I definitely understood where he was coming from. So, and but back to what I was saying though, when he was trying to decide whether if he was going to go into the car wash or go into the direction of the church or to the store and then go to the church later, it really did kind of seem like he was having a battle between good and evil. And then when he saw that stripper, he almost giggled to himself because he was like, that damn devil. And like, that's literally how it is. Like, when you are saved, and take this from me, when you are saved and you are really in tune with God, you can see like the devil basically setting traps for you to fall into. And sometimes you gotta chuckle at it because he's just so damn clever because he knows your exact weakness. This like the devil knew that this man needed some puss. So at the end of the day, he drives over to the I think it's the pussy wash. I think it's the pussy wash. I hope I can say that on YouTube without getting demonetized. But then again, bitch, I ain't monetized anyway. So let's say puss, 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 puss. So Autumn and the bouncer, that bouncer sexy, y'all. He my favorite. He probably one of my favorite characters. He could have me any day. But Autumn and the bouncer are there, collecting, the money for people who want to drive through the whatchamacallit. But on the advertisement, you can literally see hand jobs for $30. And I'm up here like, you bitches think y'all so motherfucking clever. And I didn't really know if it was a car wash or if it was a drive-through strip club. If at first I thought it was a car wash. And I was like, well, damn, these bitches out here washing cars at 11:30 at night. These hoes is really, these hoes is really, it's they're like they're for the cause, but as he was driving through it, right? He pays his money, he drives in, baby, he sees hills, he sees titties, he see ass and them glow in the dark hills. Baby, then all of a sudden he looks up from the ground up, and then he sees a little dick bulge, baby. That nigga. As soon as he looked up, baby, Uncle Clifford removed that motherfucking country ass fur and looked him straight in the eye with that mask on. That nigga said, baby, I'm out of here. He tried to back out. Uncle Clifford said, no, baby. Hold on. So then he introduces the actual ladies. And I just love how everybody in the hood just accepts Uncle Clifford for who he is. Like, no matter where that nigga go, he's safe. You don't have to worry about anything, right? And it kind of reminds me, because I partially grew up in the South. I grew up in this small city for the first 9 years of my life called Pahokee, Florida. And there was this gay dude out there, and I was a little kid, right? And he would just strut all up and through the streets. I don't know if he's still alive or not. Probably not, maybe. But his name was Punk Sammy. Nobody ever messed with Punk Sammy. Punk Sammy could do whatever he wanted to do. I low-key think because Punk Sammy was out here riding that dick from all of them hood niggas that was living in the city, if you ask me. But that's just me. But like it kind of reminds me of that, like how you have like that one gay dude who's hella flamboyant, who you never understand why he's cool with all the hood niggas. It's just like that, but that's besides the point. But my bitch Mercedes, y'all, she pops out. She's on stage. I'm up here like, I guess she didn't get her money back from my mama, huh? I guess that didn't go the way it was planned, right? So she basically is on stage, fucking it up, looking amazing. And then all of a sudden, when she fucks it up, it seems just like everything just started opening up. We started seeing like the bitches everywhere, like heels clacking, like titty shaking. All you can really smell is Plan B's, titty sweat, and booty meat all throughout the motherfucking TV screen. I had to go to the bathroom real quick and spray some air freshener in my motherfucking room real quick because I was like, I just know this shit smelled like stripper booty. I just know that building smelled like stripper booty in there. But anyway, y'all, the man begins to masturbate while Mercedes is fucking it up on the pole, right? And is it just me? But I just don't understand. Like, maybe because, I am alternative. Like, it takes way more than some motherfucking shaking ass for me to have to get off. Like, you got to do, I'll need to see the girls eating one another, like at least some type of real sex going on for me to have to, want to whip it out like that. Like, all it took was for them to just strip and you ready to just bust it open in your car door. I was like, it was giving, it was giving odd. And I see that a lot, with straight men. It doesn't take much to get them going, obviously. But anyway, y'all. So he begins to masturbate. This nigga ends up busting a nut all over his dashboard. All over the dashboard. He then lets down the window. Uncle Clifford is right there looking at him all up and down. And it's so funny how Clifford Clifford is not interested in these niggas at all. Like Clifford is probably one of the most like, at least sexual wise conservative out of all of the people that are on the show. He was he knows how to like, get the men squirming almost. It's almost like he does that on purpose. So he offers the man some free wings. And then the man takes the wings and then he pulls out, and then Uncle Clifford pulls out a whole fucking box of Clorox wipes. And he was like, just for that dashboard over there. Cause the nigga had nut all on the dashboard, y'all. I could not. That was just the intro scene, bitch. That was just the intro scene. That had nothing to do really with the story at all. Like they starting this bitch off strong, obviously. And y'all, I cannot stay here for too long, by the way. I gotta get through this because I gotta go shower. I got somewhere to go tonight. I'm supposed to be meeting up with one of my friends to go to the damn bar. All right. So the next scene that we see is Mercedes backstage, icing her shoulder after he gets done, after the man gets through with his turn in the drive-through. And she's icing her shoulder, and Autumn is telling her like she needs to get that looked at. And like Mercedes is so full of like, I don't know if you want to call it like ego, pride, but like she's like, nah, I said I'm all right. Like damn, damn, Mercedes, are you ever happy? Mercedes is always fucking angry. I love my bitch, but I'm like, bitch, can you crack a smile? Like Mercedes was salty the whole damn episode. She was getting on my damn nerves. I was like, what is Mercedes happy with? It ain't enough. It ain't never enough money. It ain't never enough people doing what they supposed to do. You doing this, you doing that. Like, damn, Mercedes, what makes you damn happy? Shit, don't take it out on us. Take it out on your damn mama who stole all your motherfucking money. You just ripping the joy out of every motherfucking thing. We already battling COVID. Last thing else we want to have to battle, Mercedes, is your stank ass attitude. Okay, I'm gonna need you to clean it up. So, and then I'm also trying to figure out, like, I know that they kind of got into it, kind of got into a friendship towards the end of the last season, but I'm trying to figure out, is this like friendship between Autumn and Mercedes? Like, is it friendship? Is it care? Is it giving sisterhood of the traveling G-strings? I want to know. Like, what's going on here? But like, all of that is interrupted when Clifford calls Mercedes back to her place because we got to get back in places, because this is basically like a regular show on a like a small scale Broadway event almost, right? A ratchet ass Broadway. And they got to get back into places. So Clifford calls Mercedes to her place. She pops back on that motherfucking Ronald McDonald wig and goes back to what the fuck she was doing. So after everything is all said and done, the Autumn is counting up all the proceeds that had, came from that night, the profits. And Mercedes is checking her bank account. Bitch is overdrafted by $120. I was like, if I don't know what the fuck that feel like, bitch, I got angry with her for a second. I was like, nah, bitch, I understand why you're angry now, because I would be angry too if my shit was in overdraft like that. Bitch, my shit was in overdraft like that last year. And I could tell y'all wasn't in a good mood. Maybe I need to stop talking about Mercedes like that. Maybe I'm a hypocrite. Not the Ronald McDonald wig. Absolutely, since it was a Ronald McDonald wig. But anyway, yeah, so Mercedes is overdrafting and she mad at everybody else who getting paid. Once again, she's salty as hell. But anyway, while like Mercedes is critiquing everybody getting their money, the dude over there making the burnt wings, who I want to hop on. She mad at him for getting money, mad at the other two strippers for getting an equal share. She just mad at everybody. But what stops that in its tracks is, while she talking all of that shit, Mercedes is getting into it with the little mini stripper. Like this is what the mini stripper is what I call the bitches who are just now getting into it, that she got to train and beat the fuck up and put them in their place. Cause I see the stripper like this stripper shit is real. You got to talk to these bitches like you about to bust them in their shit for them to respect you, obviously. Cause it was a lot of violence going on. But all of that is interrupted when they see Mississippi, my bitch Keyshawn on the TV screen buzzing it open. So basically she is being a video vixen for a little murder. And she's basically gathering all the money. And then all of a sudden Clifford turns off the TV because he's up there like, we ain't gonna have none of that little murder up in here. Cause you remember last time, right? All y'all motherfuckers with y'all crazy baby daddy. So so one of the strippers who had their baby with him, you know, he calls her and he was like, you better not have no crazy ass baby daddy drama. That bitch said, I don't even know who my baby daddy is, bitch. You ain't got to worry about a thing. I was like, bitch, this show is so motherfucking ignorant. I cannot. I was like, bitch, I cannot. This the level of ignorance is too much. Not she didn't know who her baby daddy is. But listen, y'all. Autumn is like looking over the books right after they go inside, and she's like, bitch, we only down to $25,000. Bitch, I gave you $250. What the fuck happened? He says he had to pay $55K to take care of the rest of the strippers, and the other shit, he really didn't give no answer. Basically, we really find out that, this is a pattern with Clifford. He not good with money. See, this nigga too busy buying corsets, motherfucking country furs, and bad wigs. And these like his heels is everything. The shoes is always given. The outfits are given. Sometimes, sometimes I feel that, it gives the fashions be given, country tacky. I don't know. But basically we learned that this motherfucker don't know how to keep up with his money. He's missing at least 95K. Where the money at, Clifford? Like, didn't you learn from this the first motherfucking time? You don't know how to keep your motherfucking finances in check. You shouldn't be running no damn business if we can't trust you to take care of the damn money. And then you get mad when Autumn wants to throw it in your face that she's the owner of the fucking of the pink. So then they start. So when she throws up that she's the owner, all of a sudden bitches want to start talking about, oh, I didn't think you could be 50% owner when you hiding a dead body. First and foremost, bitch, all of y'all have hid the dead body. So everybody equally liable because everybody contributed to him killing, to the man getting unalived. And then on top of that, all of y'all participated in burying the body. So y'all can't throw this in her face when y'all get mad, because the same way y'all saved her, she saved y'all. Because if it wasn't for her, you wouldn't have no fucking club anyway. So if the bitch ended up getting killed and and the man ended up taking all that damn money and killing her, bitch, your shit was gonna be taken and you wasn't gonna have a pot to piss in or one to throw it out of. So, Clifford, I'm gonna need you to take it down a few notches. Okay. I'm gonna need you to back up out of Autumn's face. I'm tired of everybody being in Autumn's face this episode. Like, I was getting very annoyed by that because I was like, these bitches are very ungrateful. I mean, I think that Autumn is very grateful for them helping her bury the body. But I'm just saying that, I feel that Autumn is showing her gratitude by constantly shelving out money to them, giving money and doing all of the stuff that she's doing. But as far as them, they're not appreciative. Everybody's complaining, everybody mad, but everybody's not seeing that all of this shit is outside of her circumstances. Bitch, she ain't the one who brought COVID over here. You better go to Wuhan and talk to them, because it ain't her motherfucking fault. But anyway, and I really did I kind of liked how they brought COVID into the story and show how it could really affect a business, but it does kind of come across a little bit dated because we're so far away from COVID now. It's kind of, well, we're not far away, you get what I'm saying? But we're not at that stage anymore where everybody's just up in a fear about it. You know what I'm saying? So we're all vaccinated now. So it kind of seems the material is a little bit dated. I feel like this should have came out way sooner than it did, but I understand trying to film while doing COVID maybe have been difficult, but I'm just saying that it did come across a little bit dated, but I did like them addressing that topic and about how this is affecting everybody around them. And we're going to learn a little bit more about it as we progress in the story. But anyway, so Haley, and another thing, y'all, Haley needs to work on her accent. It's like when she started talking to Uncle Clifford and started to yell in his face, she almost started to break into that British accent. I was like, Haley, this ain't the Boston Tea Party, bitch. I'm gonna need you to take it back down there to Chuckalisa. Okay, the accent is you got to stabilize the accent, sis. A little bit more practice makes better. I was like, I can appreciate her acting, but the accent was starting to run away from it. She almost like, I'll fucking run this city. I was like, Mercedes, I was like, Autumn, wrong country. Wrong country. This ain't the P shop. This the P Valley. Down here with Chocolisa in them. All right. But anyway, y'all. So the next scene that we go to is there's a nurse pulling into her driveway. Right. Right. She's taking all her clothes off when she gets into the basement. She puts all her shit in hazmat bags and she takes off her mask. And at first I thought she was beaten. I thought like maybe she had got beat up or something on her way home. And maybe that's what it was. But then I had to realize she has a bruise on her face from how long she had the mask on. So she's working very long hours and everything else like that. And basically chronicling out what the nurses were dealing with in the heat of COVID when it first hit. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what they were trying to, excuse me. I think that's what they were trying to replicate. But anyway, y'all, she is taking off all her clothes. She takes a shower before she enters into the house. She basically has a whole, what you call it, debacterialization chamber or something like that, where she has to, basically clean herself off or something like that. Containment chamber, some shit. I don't fucking know the word for it. Anyway. But she goes upstairs. Okay, so hold on. Monique says it did feel dated, but I'm unvaxxed and still wearing 3 masks when I go anywhere. So I was right at home. Okay. I feel you, sis. I feel you, sis. So anyway, y'all. The next, so she goes upstairs, right? And she's up there looking for her almond milk. It ain't there. The motherfucker Andre, the same Andre that fucking cheated on her, and we found out this is the wife. And a lot of this shit, I had to rejog my memory because the show has been off for so long. I forgot who the characters was, y'all. I really did. So I completely did not know who that lady was as she was getting out of her car going into the basement. I completely forgot that was his wife. But basically, he ain't shit. He ain't doing shit. He ain't got no damn job at the moment. And he's sitting here still motherfucking texting other bitches and not even doing shit around the house. He not asking this lady how she doing, how's her day going, not even offering no comfort. It's at this point, sis, you need to leave this bitch ass nigga. Leave this nigga. This nigga too busy. Like this. I'm trying not to jump ahead. This nigga can't even give his wife the attention she deserves. And she putting a roof over this nigga head. But some tell me that I think they're gonna break up. He's gonna or separate, and he's gonna be living in Chuckalisa in his uncle's house, and then she's gonna be in her own house. I think they're gonna get a divorce by the end of the season. I think that's the case, probably. But anyway, y'all. So he gets a motherfucking text from Haley, and his wife goes and reads the text message, says it's from Haley. He snatches the phone out of her hand, and Haley's basically sending him condolences about, the passing of his uncle. So he is basically invited to go to the funeral. He goes down there. Well, first his wife didn't want him to go, but he's like, baby, I gotta go pay my respects, baby. I gotta go. He ain't going down there for his ulterior motives as well, motherfucker. But anyway, y'all. So he basically neglects his wife and wants to go down there to Chuckalisa City and go to the funeral. So she allows it. I'm up here like, bitch, you ain't got no backbone. I was like, you are way too pretty for this. You could get any man you want to, and you want to deal with this little limp noodle nigga. This nigga built like that cinnamon stick off the Apple Jacks commercials. I cannot stand his character, y'all. I really cannot. If I don't like a character, like my most hated characters on the show right now is between the colonizer, the redneck, and then also no Andre, the motherfucking cinnamon stick. I'm still wearing a mask up here in NYC. Y'all better than me. I got vaccinated. I ain't wearing no damn mask. I ain't gonna even hold you. Listen. But anyway, y'all. So the next scene that we see is Mercedes' mama. I kind of forgot what her name was. Does anybody else remember what her name is, or is it just me? What's her name? Let me look it up. What is her name? But anyway, y'all, she's basically passing out food. A little murder is sitting here getting some food passed out. He takes her to the house and he up there making beats. The first beat that's getting made, the man is telling him like it's a little bit too twinkle, twinkle, little star. He can't. I was like, baby, he can't hide that. He can't hide his inner bitch on the inside. that Patrice Woodbine. Yes, that bitch Patrice Woodbine sitting here motherfucking passing out motherfucking plates and shit like that. Like she got all the money in the world. Acting, I'm talking about, thank you, Jesus. Fake ass bitch. Get that hoe back her money. Give Mercedes back her money, Woodbine. Can't stand that hoe. But anyway, y'all, like I was saying, like this nigga said that the beat sound like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I was like, that's because he's still trying to fight that inner bitch that like Clifford be bringing out of him. I'll be wanting to know which one of them is the top. But anyway, y'all, listen. So he ends up making another beat, right? And he like that one is fire, right? So he goes outside of the door and he's outside of his house looking out, and it's a car pulling up to his house. And it's some weird ass niggas. Like, I was like, is hood niggas this weird? I was like, is hood niggas like this weird? Like, so it was some hood niggas that was riding past his house. He got his gun in his back pocket, talking about a little murder. And he's like ready in case they try to get to shoot. And I was like, well, nigga, you ain't got no shirt on. I was like, you can shoot maybe 1 or 2 shots, but if you got 3 niggas shooting at you, they ain't gonna really hold anything. You ain't got no clothes on. Let's talk about it. I was like, what is that gonna do? But anyway, they have to ask him when he gonna release some more music. That nigga said soon. They throw some gang signs, and then he looks at this nigga that's in the back seat scowling at him. I was like, that nigga gonna be trouble. That nigga gonna be trouble. But also, I also want to say that this nigga is still in love with Clifford. He has been texting her for the last 3 or 5 months. I don't know whether to call Clifton or him or her. I'm gonna call him whichever one I feel in a moment because I feel like he identifies as both. But anyway, and Uncle Clifford been leaving that nigga on red. I was like, Uncle Clifford is not one of these thirsty gay niggas. He ain't got enough time for you bitches. He ain't got enough time. He's stingy with his kitty cat. Y'all, I like okay, y'all. So next scene. So the next scene, y'all. I didn't care what to call Clifford. Me neither, baby. Listen. Clifford is everything. No, I live for the character. I wish he was my uncle. Baby, listen. If Uncle Clifford was a real character, we would have a motherfucking key. Let me tell you something. I would love to sit down with that character. Anyway, y'all. So Mississippi is on live in the bedroom in her house, basically doing pole tricks, on live, gathering money, getting endorsement deals and everything else like that. And she ends up in and alive. She finished. It had up to 400,000 people in there. Her baby's father, the colonizer, is sitting there watching her live, completely not even paying attention to the baby because you want to know something? That nigga's jealous of her. But let's talk about it. I really wanted to get into this. So Mississippi and the colonizer makes they make me gag. I just hate to see them together, and I feel like he hates her success and her popularity. And I feel like his racism makes him feel like Mississippi isn't a person. She's just his property because he views black people as less than. So you have like this black woman who you feel like you're with her because she's so beautiful and she's not like everybody else around here, but you feel like she's beneath you. So he's treated her like a fucking pet, basically maintaining, like telling her what to do, where to go, how to do, sit down, get up, basically all of that. But then he's trying to manipulate her to think that, Lil Murder in them is treating her like a fucking slave when it's really him. Because mind you, he don't got no motherfucking job. He wants her to make all of this damn money, but he hates her for doing it. And he hates her, period. But he also loves her. I mean, loves fucking her probably. And it's really kind of very reminiscent. I can't say because I wasn't around slave times, but it's very reminiscent to, how maybe the slave owners used to treat the slaves that they used to have a relationship with and rape. It's kind of like that. You get what I'm saying? Very much so. Like he's a plantation owner and she's working for him and he's jealous of her. It was very odd. I despise that motherfucker. I hope that he dies at the end of this season. That motherfucker needs to go. And I hope he don't take her out with him, because at the end of the day, you know how they give it up when when they stuff gets taken, But anyway, y'all. So Lil Murder goes to the funeral home, right? And he's looking for his woody. He's looking for his woody. And all of a sudden he starts to feel like this chill go up his spine. This motherfucker, his woody wakes up out of a casket. So he was sleeping, y'all. This motherfucker was sleeping in a casket. I was like, what is wrong with you niggas? I was like, is all the niggas in Chuckalisa City? Is they all weird like this? Like this nigga is just comfortably sleeping in a casket like that. Like it's okay. I was like, this is some weird shit. But anyway, y'all, listen. So Lil Murda is basically asking this nigga to put him on a tour, right? And he's up there like, you want to go on a tour during COVID? With like, what's your draw? Because he's saying Mississippi got 400,000 motherfuckers, tuning into her lives. She got a reason. But what's gonna be your reason? What's gonna be your draw? And is it just me, y'all, or did it kind of look like his friend almost wanted to like kiss him? I was like, is it me that's catching like a little bit of a gay vibe from the friend? Hold on, y'all. And I was like, it looked like the friend really wanted the dick. I don't know if it's just me, but the friend kind of looked like he was romantically interested in Lil Murda too. Oh my fucking god! If he messages me one more time about motherfucking Normani, I'm a look. But anyway, I was like, the friend looked like he was leaning. The friend looked like he was getting a little bit too close to his face for me. I was like, they look like they're about to kiss. But anyway, y'all. So the next scene that we see is basically Andre going to his uncle's wake. So his aunt offers him to be a pallbearer as he's watching the body. He says, I don't know if I can do that. My wife is not okay. But then the aunt is basically saying, he loved you like a son. I know y'all might have not been on the best terms when he has passed away, but he loves you some fierce. I don't know if y'all know this, but in Chuckalisa, everybody talk like slaves. Anyway, y'all, but like I was saying, so he's contemplating and everything else like that. So he goes outside of the funeral home that they're at, and he sees Autumn walking up to him in this trench coat, in this pleather black trench coat, y'all. So Autumn, what is your point, sis? You know that this man has a wife at home, and you still want to fuck on him. You still want to flirt with him. What are you trying to do? Are you just trying to use him for dick? Like, don't like all of the niggas out there in Chuckalisa City, and this stringy nigga is the only one that you want to be interested in. And he married. I don't like that. It rubs me wrong. I don't like the way it made me feel. And then so all of a sudden she walks up to him and they start basically going over everything that happened. He says, I could slap the shit out of you, right? I would. And she says, oh, would you? So she started walking up closer and closer. And he was like, she's like, is that what you do? Being very seductive and everything else like that. I was like, not you getting turned on from him saying that he gonna slap the shit out of you when you literally killed your last nigga from literally slapping the shit out of you. So I guess it's sexy when he does it, but not when your old nigga did it, I guess. But anyway, I like Haley and a stringy Andre. And no, I don't. How can you like them together when he's literally completely being trifling with his wife? This nigga don't deserve it. Look, anyway, y'all. So they basically start opening up, and he's like, you feel nice, my uncle is. And basically, she says, what she say? She says that she's also dealing with the trauma from her own tornado and her like all her kids dying. She says the group doesn't go away; it just changes over time. And basically, at this point, they are trauma bonding, right? They are trauma bonding, and she is looking at him, and he leans in for a kiss and walks away. And I'm just trying to figure out what was the point of all of this. What was the point of it? I was trying to figure out what wasn't gonna kiss the nigga if you wasn't gonna like give him the draw. What was your point in coming here? Like trying to seduce him? I was like, are you trying to see if you still have the power to do it, to manipulate him in the way that you need to in the future? Because I was like, what was the point of you showing up to say what you said, to almost kiss him and then walk away? I didn't get it. Maybe trying to have some restraint, maybe not fuck somebody's husband, but I don't know. I was like, if you had some restraint, you wouldn't even been there in the first place. I don't like mistresses, y'all. I don't like the motherfuckers who be fucking other people niggas. Fuck your own nigga, okay? Anyway, y'all. So the next scene is his uncle burial. Is his uncle's burial, and Andre agrees to be the pallbearer. His auntie puts in the I think the yellow or the yellow handkerchief in his pocket so he can walk down and like bury his uncle. He gives out a really beautiful speech about how his uncle may not have been blood related to a lot of men, but he was a father figure for a lot of men. I was like, that nigga was a father figure for y'all. I was like, that's why black men are so far behind. I don't know if y'all can remember, but that nigga wasn't shit last season. That nigga wasn't shit last season. That nigga wasn't shit last season. I was like, I would hate more of him walking around, honestly. So the next thing we go to, y'all, is Clifford and his grandmama watching the funeral on TV. This mother, y'all, Divine, Loretta Divine is so fucking funny in this show. So she's saying like, hey Clifford, you over there? You see him over there? He really getting buried, ain't he? She got that very high pitched voice, and she's saying, "You see, like, I don't know, I can't remember the lady name, but I'm gonna just call her Ethel." She said, "You see, Ethel ain't there at the funeral, so you know what that means." She had the repast making chitlins, so she was the great grandmama basically just wants Clifford to go down there at the repast and pick her up some chitlins. And Clifford is up like, bitch, I am not about to go pick up no motherfucking chitlins because it's COVID out there. She's up there like, you young. You ain't gonna catch no damn COVID. He was like, bitch, I'm 40. Just because you old as hell don't mean I'm young. Bitch, I'm older as well. Because because that's the actual truth. Like the 40-year-olds are dropping like flies. What are you talking about? Anyway, it's so funny how older people can always view you as a child, no matter how old you get. Like they'll always look at you in that same lens. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to do or be about much to be considered a great father figure. I was like, apparently not, because I was like, that nigga wasn't shit. I'm happy the nigga gone. How about that? But anyway, so the next scene that we see is basically after the funeral and the burial. They're at his house, right? So Clifford walks up and he is wearing this motherfucking fierce ass blazer with the shoulder pads going all the way out to the heavens, child. He walks up yellow, like I was like, did you always have that outfit? Like, did you just have an outfit just specifically for this, like all yellow like this? I was like, wow, you threw that shit together real quick. I was like, I bet you used that motherfucking club money to go buy that shit, didn't you, motherfucking Clifford? Where you get the money to go get that shit? Huh? In COVID? Where you get it? I know you didn't just have that waiting in your closet. I know you didn't have. I was like, yo, I'm getting tired of your ass playing with our motherfucking church money, Clifford. All right, listen. So Clifford walks up and basically he's just like, I'm just here to see if this motherfucker really dead. I just love the accent. Everybody's just so motherfucking country out there in Chucalissa. So he's like, I just the casket was closed, so nobody knows if it was the dead body up in there. And Andre says like, "What you doing here, Clifford?" He was like, "Oh, you mad because you ain't got the club no more." He's up like, "You don't even own the club anyway." She was like, "I'm part owner," and he says Haley owns the club, and he was like, "I'm still part owner," and he was like, "You have nothing to worry about then. I guess about the club being taken at this point, right?" So then all of a sudden, y'all, this white man walks up behind them, and this the nigga who is basically, I can't like I guess he's now the mayor select now that the black man died. I was like it's just something about whenever a white person walks into the scene on this show, they just look like the motherfucking like an evil entity. This show makes every white person look evil except like Gidget, right? So at this point, like they're giving out all of their, trading insults. He's giving out his fake ass, apology, his fake ass condolences. He happy that the motherfucker's dead, so now he can be a motherfucking mayor. White people are so easy to see through, child. Ugh. Like, why are you here? He even tried to walk up the stairs. Clifford was like, no, you don't get to go over here. You don't get to come into this household. Stay your ass right here on the porch. Thanks. And he respects the boundary. He don't walk any further than a hand that Clifford put out. And all of a sudden, he says, thank you. I'm really happy to be, the mayor, get the casino put together and everything else like that. But I ain't the mayor yet because, and everything ain't been signed. So then Clifford basically says, I might run my damn self and see how far I get, because you see how I got all of them signatures for the casino. Like, what about if I did that for the mayorship? And I could. What would y'all be here for Clifford? Clifford, actually no, because you don't know how to take care of money. So you'll be misappropriating motherfucking funds in the city, getting your ass locked up for federal time at this point. So Clifford, no, we'll keep you away. We'll keep you out of the government for now. We'll keep you out of the state government, the federal government. I don't want you being the mayor of anything until you can run the pink, like effectively without falling into debt every 3 months. Okay. So at this point, I'm laughing at you, not with you. Okay. But anyway, y'all. So the next scene that we go to after Clifford basically says, I'm about to leave the mind you, Andre is still unemployed because he got laid off for doing the shit they because of COVID. But honestly, it's really karma because of all the shit that he tried to put Uncle Clifford through last season. But he doesn't need to. They have a treasurer, don't they? You can still misappropriate funds even with a treasurer if you want to be tempted. Like the HBCUs be having treasurers too, and them motherfuckers be misappropriating funds all the time. We still want to know where all of the motherfucking money go in the Howard Fund, right? Y'all remember that when Tyrone was collecting all of his money while he was fucking the financing officer at the HBCU? You remember that? Nigga was walking around in Range Rovers and shit like that. Meanwhile, bitches can't even afford their tuition. He getting paid doing work study, getting paid over 6 figures. Bitch, I'm still mad about that. Like, I'm mad after this. I'm gonna look that nigga up to see what he doing. He had to be throwing that ass back or throwing that dick down on that motherfucker at the HBCU. Stop talking about HBCU. No, let's talk about HBCUs. Like, we need to hold each other accountable as black people. Just because we black don't mean that we can't say what the hell we need to say. We do be fucking up. And if more of us held each other accountable, we would have less issues. But people don't ever want to talk about black on black crime, including, larceny and embezzlement. But anyway, so the next scene that we go to, y'all, after this, I'm almost under an hour. Keyshawn is basically asking her plantation owner permission to go to the store. He says, you don't need to go to the store. What you going to the store for? I was trying to figure out why Mississippi was basically stuffing the fucking the trash with all of those fucking Pampers. Is because she was trying to sneak off to the store. So he says that you ain't got, you don't need to go. It's some Pampers here. And then she says that the baby been shitting through all the Pampers, like all of them clean Pampers ain't in the trash right now. And then she says, I'm getting my period. He says it ain't the 4th yet. This motherfucker got her so in sync that he knows when her period coming. That's some next level control right there. Some next level shit, bruh. I was like, he even know when your period coming. You can't even lie about your cycle, bitch. Wow. I was like, you really didn't want Diamond to kill this nigga? Wow, that's crazy. But I guess. So she basically asks information. He agrees and basically allows her to go. So and mind you, she looking real cute. I'm like, what you looking cute for, sis? Just to go to the store. Come to find out, she's on the phone with Gidget heading to the store, right? And Gidget is basically talking about my mom, that motherfucker killed my mama, bitch. Don't nobody care. I'm sorry, Gidget. It's like us black people have dealt with so much death. We sorry about your mama dying, but how many of our mamas died from the hands of your ancestors, baby? Mississippi hung up the phone on her and walks up to my baby Diamond. Baby Diamond was looking motherfucking good. Diamond, whoo. Let me fan myself. Diamond was looking good, y'all. Tyler Lepley, hi. He was looking good. But anyway, y'all, so she walks up to him and he looks at her like And when he locks eyes with her, it's like his heart dropped for a second. But then when she walks up and she starts talking, he's like, you ain't got no mask. You can't get in here. And she basically trying to give out an apology from pulling a gun out on him. And he ain't accepting that shit, and neither am I. She talking about she just wanted it all to stop. I was like, no, you was protecting your plantation owner. You was protecting your motherfucking your slave master. That's what you was doing. You didn't have to point a gun at him for it to stop. You could have just shot a bullet into the fucking ceiling. That would have broke them up real quick. But you didn't do that. You pointed a gun at him and threatened to kill him if he did not stop, beating up your baby daddy for calling him a nigger, and on top of that, beating your motherfucking ass, like almost killing you how many times? Like, these hoes is not loyal. Keyshawn, we are not fucking with you this season just off the strength of that. You are my bitch, but I'm not over it yet. How dare you pull out a gun on him? Meanwhile, your motherfucking plantation owner ain't even letting you outside to go get tampons. See, you wouldn't have had to deal with this if you would have just let him get his ass beat. But then again, that wouldn't have got rid of him, because y'all remember how many times that white motherfucker from having the have-nots who was stalking Jeffrey, how many times he got his ass beat, and that didn't keep him away either. So I don't think that would have kept the, the plantation owner away from, Mississippi at all. But I'm just saying, you would at least got some freedom. I think that she really want to be with Diamond. That's who she really needs to be with, like, if you ask me. But Diamond is not forgiving her. He is mad. She tries to give him some motherfucking locket. Like, he's like, bitch, I don't give a fuck about that shit. That shit don't work anyway. Like, she heartbroken, mad. Like, what you mad for? You pointed a gun at him, bitch. You lucky he don't bitch slap you. Especially when he was doing it all in defense of you in the first place. The disrespect. It's the stupidity. It's the stupidity of Mississippi that's driving me crazy. This bitch knows how to maximize businesses, knows how to collect the bag, but she don't know how to operate in her day-to-day life. It's what's killing me. You want to be sexy, but bitch, you gonna end up being dead if you keep fucking with this white man. But anyway, y'all, listen. So she ends up leaving, right? But the next scene that we see is basically Mercedes and Autumn was watching What's Love Got to Do with It. And I was like, what type of motherfucking clearance, what type of price did HBO have to pay for them to clear that motherfucking movie to show on here? And I was like, that must have cost a lot of money for them to reference and actually have the clip of that in the show. You have to pay a whole lot of copyright, a whole lot of licensing to do that type of shit. So this show is getting funded, baby. Listen, they getting money. But anyway, y'all. So basically, she's scrolling through her phone. Autumn is like trying to tell her to look at the TV, like the best part coming on. She's like, bitch, I done seen this 1,000 times. Once again, Mississippi ain't in no motherfucking good mood, like usual. But anyway, y'all. So she's scrolling through and she sees an audition sign on the Pink Valley page on the for the Pink. So she throws a glass at the wall, scares the shit out of Autumn, and basically says, "So motherfucker, when you gonna really do this when I told you not to do it?" Autumn is basically saying, bitch, I have to do what I gotta do. We need more women. It just can't be just you the only one. Bitch, your shoulder about to fall out of place. These other girls ain't really hitting like that. They ain't looking good. The other two ladies, they ain't even here no more. And so what are we gonna do? So basically, Mercedes basically asks, well, what Uncle Clifford gonna think of that? Autumn says, bitch, I don't give a fuck what he thinks. I'm the owner. So now all of a sudden she wants to act like she a slave. When we all know that it's Mississippi that's the real slave of the show. But she's like, okay, massa, guess I'll go get you some lemonade, massa. And I'm like, damn, Mercedes, are you ever happy? Mercedes be angry all day. Mercedes is an angry black woman. Mercedes is the epitome of the stereotype of the angry black woman. Mercedes is not happy. It's just Mercedes is 50% strength and 50% anger. Like Mercedes has the spirit of Harriet Tubman on her, and she just cannot shake it off, baby. She cannot shake it off. Like, it's okay to be happy, Mercedes. It's okay to smile. You could be in a whole lot worse predicament than what you're in right now. Bitch, yes, you are overdrafted $120, but bitches are getting evicted right now. What are you talking about? You're still making money. You have a lot to be thankful for. And I was so happy when Autumn basically told her that, bitch, I'm doing all of this shit and y'all are not appreciative. So then when you notice whenever Mercedes get like, get shut down and she ain't got nothing else to say when she wrong, basically, she walks away. So she walks away, say, I guess I mosey on down to the room now. So I was like, yeah, mosey your ass on down to the room. Fuck, fix me a motherfucking lemonade as well while you at it, Mercedes. You little angry bitch. But anyway, y'all. So the last scene that we see is basically Clifford agreeing to be like, be the not Clifford, but Keyshawn is basically agreeing to go on tour called the 12 City Tour. 12 Cities of Madness or some shit like that. I forgot the name of the tour they're gonna be going on, but she agrees to do the tour. I'm up here like, you ain't gonna stop till that white man kill you. But anyway, y'all, that's the end of the review for this. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Tell me how y'all liked it. It's my first time ever reviewing a scripted show. How y'all like it? I took notes. That's why it was kind of hard for me to do it because I was taking notes and stuff, and I was reading from my notes. So tell me what y'all think. I'm really happy that y'all, like, was here. But anyway, y'all, I gotta go. I gotta go take a shower. Gotta go get myself ready to leave up out of here. And I love every single one of y'all. By the way, I'm gonna be on Miss Aubrey's live tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, reviewing the ring on it. And then I'm also going to be doing another review for either Real Housewives of Atlanta or DC right afterwards. So I'm going to roll right after that live ends. I'm rolling right into the next one, okay? So I'll see y'all later, okay? Thank you, Monique. Thank you, Ravine. I'll see y'all later. Thank you for coming, Mocha. See y'all later, okay? Love you too, Ellen. All right, so I'll talk to y'all later, okay? Love y'all. Bye.